So let us see question number 7. These few problems 7, 8, 9, they are related with the value of gravitational acceleration at height h, at depth d, etc. So I will read the problem. A body is taken to a height of n into r from the surface of the earth. The ratio of acceleration due to the gravity on the surface to that at altitude means we have to find g upon gh. G is a gravitational acceleration. gh is a gravitational acceleration at height h. So we have to find this, where h is equal to n times r. R is the radius of the earth. So we know that gh is equal to gravitational acceleration at altitude h from earth surface Therefore, we have derived this relation. G is equal to gravitational acceleration on the surface of earth where height h is equal to 0. That gh is equal to g into bracket r upon r plus l whole bracket square. So we have to find g upon gh. Therefore, g upon gh is equal to, this bracket will go on this side, r plus h upon r whole bracket square. So this is equation capital A. Put h is equal to n times r. Therefore, g upon gh that we have to find is equal to r upon r plus nr upon r whole bracket square. So that is equal to r into bracket 1 plus upon r whole bracket square, r cancel. So 1 plus n bracket square. So the ratio is g upon gh is equal to 1 plus n whole bracket square, and therefore A choice is correct. Next, question number 8. The value of G, gravitational acceleration G, decreases inside the surface of the earth because a force of upward attraction is applied by the shell of the earth. The shell of the earth above exerts no net force. The distance from the center of the earth decreases. The density of the material of the earth, material at the center of the earth is very small. The density uniform असतली त्याच्यान d चा कट जाला. The distance from the center of the earth decreases. Effect of depth साठी distance decrease व्हायलाच पाहिजे. त्याचा reason आपल्याला विचारलेलं आहे why. So C is also wrong. So we know this relation. I will draw the figure. This is the earth with radius is capital R. So this is the point P. At depth D. So this is R minus D. R minus D. So at this point, the value of gravitational acceleration is d. So this is the shell. This is the outer shell. Outer shell. This is the inner sphere. Inner sphere like this. So GD is equal to gravitational acceleration GD is equal to gravitational acceleration at point P. Is the point P. At point P at depth D below the surface of the earth. Therefore, GD is equal to G into bracket 1 minus depth D upon R, where R is the radius of the earth. R is equal to radius of the earth. So in this case, the A choice is the force of upward attraction is applied by the shell. So A choice. The force of outer shell or upward shell due to the gravitational attraction is never upward, but it is downward. Therefore, A is wrong. B. Now, if we consider this shell, so the different forces are F, 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 F. The different forces F acting due to outer shell are directed radiated inward towards the center of Earth. Therefore, all these forces cancel each other. Therefore, no net force is exerted by outer shell त्याला upward shell by outer or upward shell above the Earth. There is a no net force, and therefore the correct choice is B. B is correct. See these forces. Such forces are called as concurrent forces. They are equal in magnitude, opposite direction, diametrically opposite, like this. So remember this point. So in this figure we have shown two parts. This is the point P at depth D from the surface of the Earth, where we have to find the gravitational acceleration. So in this case, GD is equal to G into bracket 1 minus D upon R Y. We have to give the reason. So this Earth is now divided into the two parts. This is the inner core, inner sphere of the Earth, having radius R minus D, and this is the outer shell. It is having cavity, spherical cavity. Therefore, it is called as a shell. So this shell exerts between this inner Earth and this shell. There is a gravitational force of attraction. They are directed towards each other. So this shell part are having the force of attraction like this. They are radially inward. So these two forces, diametrically opposite forces are equal in magnitude, opposite direction. They cancel each other. Therefore, there is a no net force is exerted by the upward shell above the Earth, and therefore this B choice is correct. Next, question number 1. A body of weight 500 Newton on the surface of Earth, how much would it weigh halfway below the surface of the Earth? So given quantity is like this. The weight on the surface of the Earth is 500 Newton, and weight at depth D is equal to, and depth D is equal to half of the radius of the Earth. This is our problem. W is equal to weight of the body on surface of Earth So W is equal to M into G. This is equation 1. WD is equal to weight of the body at depth d is equal to r by 2. Therefore, WD is equal to m into GD. That 2 by 1 joules. Weight at depth d upon weight on the surface of the earth is equal to m into GD divided by m into G. So this is equal to GD upon G. This is equation E. So this is equal to where GD is equal to gravitational acceleration at depth d below the surface of earth. And GD is equal to G into bracket 1 minus D by R. So put in A. Therefore WD upon W is equal to G into bracket 1 minus D upon R divided by G. So WD upon 500 is equal to 1 minus D की value R by 2 by R. So this is equal to 1 minus 1 half. So that is equal to 1 half. Therefore, weight at depth D is equal to 1 half multiplied by 500 Newton. So that is equal to 250 Newton. So the correct answer is this. The weight at the halfway below the surface of Earth. Weight at halfway below the surface of Earth WD is equal to 250 Newton. The correct choice is B. B is correct. B choice is correct. So W stands for weight. Weight is given by gravitational force acting by the earth on the body, and it is equal to m into g when the body is on the surface of the earth, like this. But when the body is halfway below the surface of the earth, then it is at depth d is equal to h by r by 2. So where to find the weight? Weight will be definitely less than mg, less than 500 Newton. So where to find this value? So this ratio 2 by 1 gives WD, weight at depth d upon weight on the surface of the earth is equal to GD upon G, and GD is substituted this directly, where D is equal to R by 2. The D is equal to R by 2. So right hand side become G cancel. So 1 half. 1 minus 1 half, that is equal to 1 half. So weight at depth d is equal to 1 half multiplied by weight on the surface of the earth. This is the weight on the surface of the earth, 500. So answer is the 250 Newton, like this. Question number 10 already we have taken in the last session. Next question number 11. A man starts walking from a point on the surface of the earth assumed smooth and reaches the diagonally opposite point. So it is not a diagonally opposite point, it is a diametrically opposite point. So we make the correction. Diametrically opposite point. What is the work done by him? 0, positive, negative, nothing can be said. So work done is given like this. For example, if the person is walking on the surface of the earth, so if this is the earth, then a person starts walking from A to diametrically opposite point B. So this is the displacement S, and the gravitational force is directed into the plane and toward the center. So when a person walks on surface of earth from point A to diametrically opposite end B, then displacement S of the person is parallel to surface of earth. Surface of earth, but gravitational force Fg acting on him due to earth is acting vertically downward towards the center of earth, towards the center of earth. So this is the displacement and this is Fb. So this angle theta is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, work done W is equal to Mg dot S. So W is equal to Mg into S into cos of theta. But theta is equal to 90 degree, and since theta is equal to 90 degree, the value of cos of theta is 0. Theta is equal to 0. Therefore, cos of theta is equal to 0 degree. Therefore, work done is equal to 0. So no work is done during the displacement from one point on the surface of the earth to this. So correct answer is A. A is correct. A is the correct. So positive, negative, it depends upon the direction. In this case, the work done is always 0. So if the motion is upward or downward, then definitely there will be work done positive. Or let us see this next question. 12. If G is the acceleration due to the gravity on the Earth's surface, the gain of the potential energy of an object of mass m raised from the surface of the Earth to a height equal to a radius capital R of the Earth is. So we will solve the general problem. Now here the height is given R, but we will consider height h is equal to n into R. Then what will happen? So this question and question number 18 both are same. So first we will see question number 18 plus question number 12. Question number 18. I will read question number 18. The changes in the potential energy when the body of mass m is raised to height n times r from the surface of the earth is r is equal to radius of the earth. चेंज विचारलेला आहे पण त्याला गेन पण आपल्याला म्हणता येईल. सो वी विल सी क्वेश्चन नंबर 18 first and then question number 12 can be directly given here. Case number 1. When body of mass m is on surface of earth, its potential energy U1, or you can say its initial potential energy U1 is equal to minus Gmm upon R. This is the question 1. Case number 2. When the body is taken to a height h is equal to n times r away from surface of earth, then its final potential energy U2 is equal to minus Gmm upon R plus H. This is the question 2. Due to negative sign, of potential energy U, since R plus H is greater than R, therefore U2 is greater than U1. For example, say this is R, this is smaller value, so this will be say minus 8 and this is minus 5 because this is R plus H. So minus 5 is more than minus 8. So U2 is greater than U1, therefore delta U is equal to change or gain in potential energy. When a body of mass m is raised from h is equal to 0 to h is equal to n times r. Therefore, delta u is equal to u2 minus u1. This is equation 3. Put 1 and 2 in equation 3, and therefore delta u is equal to minus gmm upon r plus h minus gmm upon r. So this is equal to, this will become plus minus gmm upon r plus h minus plus gmm upon r. So gmm common into bracket, 1 upon r minus 1 upon r plus h delta u. So this is equation 4. Put h is equal to n times r. Therefore, delta u is equal to gmm into bracket 1 upon r minus 1 upon r plus n times r. R plus. So you have to find the answer in terms of small. So better way you will calculate this value. gmm upon 1 upon r minus 1 upon r into bracket 1 plus n. So gmm upon r into bracket 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus n. So this is equal to gmm upon r into bracket, LCM is 1 plus n, so 1 plus n minus 1. So gmm upon r into bracket 1 upon n upon 1 plus n. Gain in P is equal to, this is equation capital A. But we have to find the answer in both the problem. We have to find the answer in terms of small m and small g. But gm is equal to gr square. Therefore, delta u is equal to gr square into m upon r into bracket n upon 1 plus n, and therefore delta u is equal to mgr n upon 1 plus n. So the correct choice is C. Question number 18. C is correct. C is correct. Now, this question number 12 is a part of this. Question number 12. So in question number 12, this height 8 is equal to only 1 times r. Since height h is equal to r only, therefore n is equal to 1. Put n is equal to 1 in B, the delta U is equal to mgr into bracket 1 upon 1 plus 1, that is equal to 1/2 mgr. So delta U is equal to 1/2 mgr, 1/2 mgr. So for question number 12, C choice is correct. C is the correct. This is a general formula. Change in potential energy in terms of G, capital N, capital G and small g. Both the relations are important. So I have made star. You can use this relation directly. If the height is given in terms of radius of the earth, then we can use this formula directly, like this. So in both problem 18 and 12, we have to consider the two cases. Initially, the body is on the surface of the earth where its potential energy is given by. We know the relation for potential energy minus gmm upon r on the surface of the earth. Now at height h, the potential energy become minus gmm upon r plus h. Now r plus h is greater. For example, if we consider h is equal to r, then this will become 2 times r, and this is only r. So if this potential energy is equal to minus 10 joule, we will assume that this is 10 joule, then this will be only minus 5 joule. So minus 5 is greater than minus 10, and therefore when the body is taken from surface of earth to height h is equal to n times r, its potential energy changes. Its potential energy increases from u1 to u2. Initial potential energy is less, new potential energy is more, like this. So u2 is greater than u1. So delta U is equal to change in potential energy, it is equal to u2 minus u1, or gain. When you have to find gain, then higher minus lower, u2 minus u1, and therefore by substituting 1 and 2 we get this relation. So when h is equal to n times r, we are using the general value for question number 18. So r plus n plus r, so r is taken common. So this gmm upon r into bracket n upon 1 plus n. So the gain in potential energy is given like this, equation A. Now we have to find the answer in terms of small m and small g. So gm is equal to gr square, where g is a gravitational acceleration on the surface of the earth and r square is a radius. So this 1 r will get cancelled, and therefore value is mgr into bracket n upon 1 plus n. This is general formula. Now in question number 2, we have to take the body from earth's surface to h is equal to r. So n is equal to 1. If you compare this, h is equal to nr and h is equal to r, so n is equal to 1. So put n is equal to 1 in this equation. So we get delta U is equal to 1/2 mgr, like this. So this basic relation is important. So there are two equations for change or increase in energy. Delta U is equal to equation A and delta U is equal to equation B. So let us see this question number 13. I will read the question. A particle of mass 10 gram is kept on the surface of the earth. On the surface of a uniform sphere of mass 100 kilogram and radius 10 centimeter. Find the work to be done. Again, the gravitational force between them to take the particle far away from the sphere. You may take G is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 SI unit. So capital G is given directly. So we have to find work done. The important word is to take the particle far away from the sphere. So the figure is like this. This is a sphere of mass 100 kg. Radius r is equal to 10 centimeter is equal to 10 raised to minus 1 meter, and here a body of m, mass m is equal to 10 gram is equal to 10 into 10 raised to minus 3 kilogram is equal to 10 raised to minus 2 kilogram is kept. So you have to find work done. Let W is equal to work done to take a body of mass m far away from a sphere of mass capital M. Far away means at infinite distance from sphere M, so that gravitational force between M and M becomes zero. That W is equal to binding energy of a body of mass M. Then W is equal to binding energy is equal to Gmm upon R, neglecting minus neglecting negative sign. All the answers are given for the loop, therefore we are neglecting this minus sign. So substitute the value in SI unit. Therefore W is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. M is equal to 100. G is equal to 10 raised to minus 2 upon R is equal to 10 raised to minus 2. Sorry, 10 raised to minus 1. So this 100 and 10 raised to minus 2 will get cancelled. So this is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into 10 raised to 2 into 10 raised to minus 2 into 10 raised to plus 1. So plus 2 minus 2 will get cancelled. This is minus 11. So the value is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 10 joule. This much work must be done. 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 10 joule. The 6.67 के दोन चॉइस है बने के ठिकाणी पावर 10 raised to minus 9 दिलेली. So this work done is nothing but the binding energy. So this part is important. Work done is a binding energy of the body of mass m. But to take the body from surface of the sphere to very large distance where the gravitational force becomes zero, therefore it is the infinity like this. So in this problem, this part is important. we have to take the body far away, means we have to take the body at infinite distance from the center of the sphere, and at infinite distance the gravitational force will become 0, means we have to escape the body of mass small m from the gravitational influence of the sphere of mass capital M, and therefore this work done is called as a binding energy, and binding energy is given by. Now actually binding energy has minus sign, it is always negative, sorry, binding energy is always positive, and therefore this Gm upon R is the formula, because H is equal to 0 in this case, otherwise here R plus H will be like this. So this is about the question number 13. Okay, we will stop here. Next time we will see the remaining problems.